Good evening, my loves. Good evening, my loves. I hope you are doing well. It is April 12th at 11:44 p.m. on the eastern southern side of the United States. How you doing? Sending you guys peace of mind, healing for your heart, and a little bit of joy in your life. So I'm just sitting here and I'm laying down and I'm getting ready to go to bed. Just turned my phone on to some calming music. And I'm sitting here thinking, because I've been doing a little research and stuff. And and a question came to mind. And I wonder if you guys have that same question, or maybe if you have the answer for me. Because it is a real life question. And I'm sitting here, and I was thinking about no. So what really brought this conversation to myself was that yesterday I had bought these blood oranges, right? And side note, it doesn't have any seeds, and no oranges that I get from the grocery store here in the United States have seeds, and I'm bothered by that, okay? So I tried these, what they call blood oranges. Now, I like trying different fruits, and so I cut into it, and it looked really weird. It looked just like blood, and I was like, okay, I'm a little iffy about this, right? I'm a little iffy. It says blood oranges. Okay, so I want to know where the blood comes from, where the color comes from. So I googled it, and I'm looking, and then I'm like, okay, is it a GMO product? Because most things that don't have seeds is a GMO product, and I'm trying to, not trying, but I'm working towards being healthy and alkaline, and you know, foods that are GMO is just not good for my body. So I'm looking, and I Googled whether or not it's a GMO product, and they gave me some cockamamie story. And then I was like, well, why doesn't it have seeds? And of course, they gave me a whole cockamamie story. But what struck me, and which was very interesting, because this is like the second time I've heard this, and they don't teach us this in school. They don't, while they're trying to indoctrinate us, they don't teach us this part. But one of the explanations was that maybe the fruit was sterile. And I'm like, what? What are you talking about? And so I continue to read on, and and this is like the second time I've heard this, but the first time I heard it, it was in regards to plants, that there are feminine plants and there are masculine plants. And so when they went on to explain how and why a blood orange or orange would not have any seeds, they brought up the fact that during the fertilization process, maybe the egg or the masculine or the feminine was sterile, right? And so it just had me thinking. Remember when Arsenio Hall used to say, for those that can remember, who are of a certain seasoned age, not none of you little crumb snatchers, unless your parents have been good to you and showed you who Arsenio Hall was. But he used to have this segment on his show that said, things that make you go, things that make you go, And so I'm laying here as I'm about to drift off, and I'm listening to my nature sounds. And I'm like, how is it that animals can be masculine and feminine, right? And fruits and plants are also masculine and feminine, right? And then you get to the insects, right? What are they? Masculine and feminine in order to produce, right? So I find it so weird. And this is no shade. This is no judgment. This is just a question. Why is it that we respect the feminine and the masculine energies in animals and insects and fruits and plants, but when it comes to human beings, we have so many different pronouns? And and as a human being, when you stand up for feminine, because I am a feminine, I am a woman, and this is literally no shade to the transgender community, it really isn't. But it seems as if they're trying to obliterate the real woman and put in a handcrafted one. Let me put it that way. And as a natural born woman, if I speak my mind, it's considered to be hateful speech, or it's not though, or whatever anybody wants to call it. But it is generally a really honest question. How is that? And when I say that a transgender is not a real woman, and I do not want my nieces, my siblings, my cousins using the same bathroom as a trans woman, why is that considered to be not accepting? And I'm putting air quotes. You can't see them, but I'm putting them in the air. Why is that to be not considered? Why is it as me being unsupported? I don't know, unsupportive. That's not though, because naturally you are a man, right? And so even though you may take hormones and things like that, your biological makeup is still a man. And it's the same question that I have when it comes to women's sports. I do not, and I'm all accepting and all inclusive, but we have to draw the line somewhere. It's an unfair advantage when you put it in a sports arena for a trans woman to be engaged, participating, competing against natural women. Why? It doesn't matter how long they've been on hormones. Their body chemistry is still of a man. And if at any given point in time they stop taking them hormones, their body is going to revert back to its natural state. That was just a question I had before I went to sleep. I know, right? That's not like no light thinking or anything like that. And I don't even know why I started thinking about that, but I was thinking about my orange and what it said when I Googled it. And it led me to that question. So I don't know. Do you guys have an opinion? Do you have an opinion? What do you think? I'm open for your opinion, as long as it's respectful. Okay? Namaste, Ashe, Mazel Tov.